You know, one of the things I don't like about the internet, and one of the changes that I've seen is making to society, is nobody want to be individuals. We done built this follower type of mindset where everybody want to do what the next person is doing. Everybody want to follow trends or challenges. Because that's where we at today. And that's why I decided to do this video, because something happened in Buffalo a couple days ago. People might have seen it. I haven't. I haven't really even seen it on social media. But 4 teens decided to do a TikTok challenge. This is what they're saying. They decided to do a TikTok challenge called the Kia Challenge. And look what happened.
We begin tonight with some new details in a deadly crash that killed 4 teenagers and shut down traffic at the 33 and the 198 off-ramp during rush hour this morning. Good evening, I'm Scott Levin.
And I'm Mary Alice Demler. Police say that the car involved was stolen and could be linked to a popular social media challenge. 2 on Your Side's Andy Payton joins us live at the 198 split with an update on the investigation. Andy?
Yeah, it's Scott and Mary Alice. The 16-year-old male driver is in Buffalo police custody tonight and has not yet been charged after driving his vehicle into the wall at an excessive speed with 5 passengers behind me here on the 198 split.
It's a horrific morning for the families. Their friends, our police officers and our investigators and the fire department that were there investigating this. This is a terrible, terrible outcome for such young kids that have their entire lives in front of them.
A heavy police presence on the 198 split this morning after 5 teenagers were flung through the glass roof of a stolen vehicle, all ranging in age between 14 and 17 years old, leaving 3 dead at the scene and another critically injured who later passed at ECMC.
There are a bunch of sand barrels, flashing lights, other DOT markers that signify the turn, along with the reduced speed signage. When you're traveling at an excessive speed going into that turn, that vehicle crashed into the wall.
Investigators say the vehicle, a Kia, was stolen around 8 p.m. last night and is believed to be linked to the popular TikTok trend, the Kia Challenge, that shows thieves across the country how to steal a Kia built in the last decade without a key and the use of just a USB cord.
Y'all be aware of this new Kia and Hyundai break-in challenge.
The trend has resulted in a nationwide rise in stolen Kias, reported by various police departments across the country.
They are very easy, unfortunately, to steal. You can look up the information that's been put out there. There are numerous cities across the country that are looking into, or have filed lawsuits against Kia.
The driver, who was not ejected from the vehicle, was taken to ECMC for treatment and was released in the Buffalo police custody earlier today. District Attorney John Flynn says despite the horrific series of events, it's now time to get justice for the lives that were lost.
Now we need to do a thorough investigation to find out what happened and what the appropriate charges are against the driver of this vehicle.
The DA says that the driver is set to be arraigned tomorrow morning and that investigators are still working to identify the 4 remaining victims. Live in Buffalo tonight, Andy Payton, Channel 2 News.
4 black kids gone, dead, because they decided to do a challenge. They wanted to follow the trend, Probably ain't had no reason to be stealing no cars. But since it's on the internet, and since people are broadcasting it or promoting it, it looks fun. So hey, why not try it? And for people that don't know what the Kia Challenge is, here you go. You gotta fly here.
Sir, I would have been very sad if you stole my car. And can you picture me at my house crying when my car's not there anymore? And what do you think about that?
You gotta do it.
What have I done though?
Shit, should have had it. That shit illegal.
Now, it's a few things I don't like about this video. I don't like the fact that it's being put out here like it's a game. I don't like the fact that this video is being made fun of like it's a game. Like this is not a serious thing. Like this is not a crime. Now this guy went to this hood that I'm pretty sure he's not from. Found these kids that were stealing these cars and decided to put it on the internet for his viewers, 330,000, to see. Now, this video got 4 million views. But this guy, who's obviously not from the community, went into the community, took advantage of these kids that want to be on TV, you might as well say. So it ain't easy to get them to do what you want them to do. They want to be seen. They want to be heard. A lot of these kids in these communities haven't been seen or heard, so this is their chance. It don't matter if they're doing something that's illegal. This is my chance to be seen. I wait my whole life for this. But this guy took advantage of that. Made it a game. Made it fun. Look how he looking into the camera. But in reality, this is their real life. It's not yours, but it's their real life. They're really doing this. They really are stealing people's cars. But see, he not in the community. He can make a game out of it. It's fun to him. He get to go home and leave and drive that same car and go about his day. He don't care what happened with these kids. That's why it pissed me off that a lot of these guys are allowed to do urban content in our communities and people support it. Like I said, 300,000 subscribers. Video got 4.4 million views. That's influence. And he making it look fun. But it ain't no fun when people start dying. That's when it get real. Listen to this guy line of questioning.
Do you know any Kia boys that have been shot at while stealing a car?
Yeah.
Do you have friends that have gotten in trouble and are in the system right now or in jail right now?
Yeah.
Then look at these guys.
There they go right
Uh-oh, here we go.
I ain't used to do no shit like that back in my day. See, and that's what I say, like, not.
You got these dudes supposed to be old heads in the neighborhood, I guess. The OGs. The ones that's looking out for the younger generation. They think it's a game too. These type of guys need to go just like the guy that brought the damn camera down there. We don't need none of y'all. Because all of y'all is a cancer to the community. What's the point of being a big dog in the hood? Somebody the kid look up to. If you ain't going guide them the right way. What's the point? At that point, you are a danger to the community. If you're going to have some type of influence over the youth, y'all, give them some game, man. It lasts longer. Give them something they can take to their next generation. They can feed to their kids. Because a lot of our youth don't got that. And we'll never get it as long as we got guys like them in the neighborhood thinking it's fun. When he obviously admitted that they didn't even used to do this. So why are you letting them do it? Why are you allowing them to do it? You know, you can say something. And now you got one kid fighting for his life. Only one survived. 5 of them ejected from the vehicle. Oh, and it get worse.
She was a young mother. She just had a daughter, a few months old. She pretty much, you know, just like the average kid around here. She definitely spent a lot of time with her daughter, you know, raising her and just being like the average kid around here, you know, trying to figure life out.
So this 14-year-old girl was pregnant and had a child, an infant, a baby. So now you got babies having babies. Like, yo, this situation is tragic, man. It's tragic. And when you think about this girl with this 14-year-old, this 14-year-old with this child, you think like, damn, yo. Where was the family?
Never would have thought in a million years my daughter would have put herself in that type of situation. Seeing the videos, seeing how they were. Like I said, she left Friday. She never came back home. They sought fun and they seeked it. So they went and they rode in this car and he just was driving, I guess, too fast. Who knows what happened in that car? Who knows why he was going that fast?
I just hope that people would please stop using reckless behavior and violence as a content to entertain people on social media platforms, because this is what it's doing.
The family says they even took steps to get help from local agencies with parenting Ajane, but they never got that help.
It shouldn't take death, shouldn't take jail, it shouldn't take murder for them to step in.
Endangered teens.
Now, hopefully these kids can see, the hurt that they bringing upon their parents, their family, to see what's going on about them having fun.
So as you can see, her mother and her family, they spoke out. They needed help. It's not easy. Now, I see an uncle, but I don't see a father. Uncle, that's on you. That's how I would feel. If I let one of my little cousins crash and burn like that, knowing there ain't no father around, and I'm uncle, that's on me. Now, I know a lot of people don't think like that, and I get it. But that's just how I view things. I feel like we all got an obligation to our children, regardless if they're yours or your neighbors. We're a community. We all got an obligation to make sure these kids are fed the knowledge that they need to grow up and be productive, be successful in whatever they do, whichever route they take. And this situation, yo, it makes me so angry. Not just off the fact that it was a TikTok challenge that somehow got promoted to our people. Like, who thought of this? Where did this challenge come from? Who the first person that did it? I hope it wasn't that YouTuber. I hope he wasn't the one to introduce this to the world. Because if he did, where'd he get this from? But it bothers me so much. Because I remember a time, 2016, this happened around my neighborhood where I be at.
Of the 4 teens inside, only 2 made it out okay. One of the boys lost his brother in this crash. Now, police have just released the identities of those who were killed. They are 16-year-old Cornell Gilbert and 13-year-old Saeed Brinkley. Some witnesses I spoke with say that the crash was so bad they could not even tell what color the car was. Police say the crash happened here at Reisterstown Road and Liberty Heights Avenue just before midnight Wednesday, but the case started much earlier in the day.
Officers recognized that vehicle as fitting the description of a Be on the Lookout, or BOLO, as being stolen earlier in the day at 11:30 a.m. on the 16th. In the Northwest District where they were.
Police say the owner left the key fob inside of the stolen vehicle. Officers attempted to stop the car, but it hit a curb and crashed into a pole. Inside the white BMW, 2 16-year-olds in the front seats and 2 13-year-olds in the back seat. Police say the crash killed the 2 on the passenger side. But they are still connecting the dots in this case and will not confirm if police chased the teens.
We're just hoping anyone else that has evidence might be able to help us piece this together.
A tragedy devastating community members.
I felt real bad. I just said a prayer. I hope they was okay. That's all I said.
Another woman says she couldn't hardly look at the aftermath.
I mean, you said car smashed up, but that car, all the windows was gone, everything. The car was just smashed.
2 young lives lost too soon.
Now, this situation is different. They wasn't on no TikTok challenge, but they were still young, stealing cars. And I remember them riding through the neighborhood. Now, I wasn't that close to them. I was just close enough to watch from a distance. I seen the pain and the hurt that followed behind their death. But I remember them coming through in them rental cars and them stolen cars. And I remember the neighborhood. Certain people saluting them. Knowing that they ain't had no business behind the wheel. And then I remember when the tragic situation happened. These same people was hurt. But it's like, yo, what you hurt for? You could have avoided this. You could have said something. They ain't have to be dead. But that's the problem in our community, yo. And that's where we fall short at. We don't say much. No, it's not affecting us. Or we gonna speak loud when it's affecting us. But what we gotta start realizing is that anything around us affect us when you in the community. And it's terrible, man. And I hope and pray that the judge keep this kid in juvenile court. He don't need to suffer twice. Now he got released on some type of home monitor. They talking about upgrading charges. Hopefully they don't. Keep him in juvenile. He made a mistake. It cost 5 lives. He got to deal with that the rest of his life. That's punishment enough. Don't send him up there with the big boys, man, and make that child go through that. That ain't gonna help him. I wanna know how y'all feel about this, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel.